Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. In this video, we're talking about the GPS method that will drastically improve your chances of achieving literally any goal that you set your mind to. This method contains a bunch of evidence-based insights that have been combined into a fairly easy to follow system that's completely free and takes somewhere between 5 and 10 minutes to actually do. So whether you want to build a business, get fit, find the love of your life, or you have goals in literally any other area of life, if you follow the GPS method, you are way more likely to achieve that goal. And by the way, if you're new here, hello. My name is Ali. I'm a doctor turned entrepreneur and author of the New York Times bestseller Feel Good Productivity. These days, my main gig is that I'm the co-founder of Sparkle Studios, which is an app development company where we're building productivity apps that we wish existed in the world. And on the side, I've been making YouTube videos since 2017, documenting my journey from medical student to doctor to entrepreneur and author, and sharing the books, ideas, strategies, and tools that can help us build a life that we love. So if that sounds good, you might like to consider subscribing. Theory crafting. Before we dive into the GPS system, there is one key piece of theory that this entire system is based around. This might sound obvious, but it's surprisingly powerful. Every goal you want to accomplish is merely a series of tasks or actions that you do. So if you are not accomplishing your goals, you are simply not doing the things that it would take to accomplish your goals. If you didn't need to do anything, then your goal would just happen automatically. And the reason it hasn't happened yet is because you're not doing the right things. And that's either because you don't know what the right things are to do, or you do know what the right things to do are, but you're not actually doing them. Pretty much all of goal achievement can be summed up into those three things. What is the goal? What are the actions that will actually get you there? And how do you get yourself to actually do those things? It's these three ideas that the GPS system is based around. For example, if I wanted to get fit, I'd have to do a series of actions like eating healthily, going to the gym, and doing cardio. If I wanted to start a business, there would be a series of actions like figuring out the idea, creating a product, and finding people to buy it. The whole idea behind the GPS system is that we break these three components into an actionable framework and use it both to achieve goals and to diagnose why we're struggling. The GPS system. The GPS system stands for Goal, Plan, and System. Within each of these three components, there are three things we want to think about. This might sound like a lot, but it literally takes less than 10 minutes per goal to figure out. And if you follow this system, you are drastically more likely to achieve the goals that you set. Goal. When it comes to setting goals, there are two broad mistakes people make. The first mistake is not being clear, specific, or concrete enough about what the goal actually is. People say things like, I want to stop procrastinating, but what does that actually mean? You've probably been trying to stop procrastinating for years and it hasn't worked. Or people say, I want to start a YouTube channel. You could go on YouTube right now, click Create Channel, and congratulations, you've technically started a YouTube channel. But that's probably not what you actually meant. You haven't yet taken the time to get specific and concrete. The way we avoid this mistake is by getting extremely specific about what we're trying to do. The more specific the goal, the easier it is to work towards it. Saying, I want to start a business for financial freedom is vague. What does financial freedom mean? A business making $100K a year is very different from one you can sell for $300 million. Those require completely different strategies. The second mistake people make is choosing goals that aren't emotionally compelling. You need to understand why you care about the goal. Many of us choose goals from a sense of obligation. I should be healthier. I should start a business. I should do this. But it's far easier to achieve goals that are intrinsically motivating rather than extrinsically motivating. The evidence shows that people who chase goals purely for money, fame, or status are less likely to hit them and less likely to enjoy the process. The third component of the goal section is Anti-goals. What are the things you want to avoid on the way to achieving your goal? For example, you might want to build a $100,000 a year lifestyle business in 12 months, but you might not want to work weekends or more than 40 hours a week. These constraints matter because it's not just about achieving the goal. It's about achieving it without destroying the rest of your life. So the three questions are, what exactly is the goal? Why do you actually care about achieving it? What are the anti-goals or constraints? For example, one of my health goals is to reduce my visceral fat levels by 50%. That's specific and measurable. Why do I care? Because I recently became a father and I don't want to have a heart attack early in life, especially with a family history of heart disease. And my anti-goal is that I don't want the process to take away time from my family plan. There's a big debate in personal development between goals versus systems, popularized by Atomic Habits by James Clear. Systems matter, but goals still define what system you should follow. Your plan is the bridge between the goal and the system. First, ask, what are the 3 to 5 major moves that will get me to my goal? Second, ask, does this plan work in theory? Third, ask, will I actually follow this plan in practice? If either of those probabilities is under 80%, you need to rethink the plan. Then use the crystal ball method, based on the WHOOP framework by Gabriele Oettingen. Imagine you failed. What are the top 3 reasons why the plan didn't work? Then design solutions in advance. System. The system answers, how will I make sure I stick to the plan? The first component is tracking. Meta-analyses show people who track progress are far more likely to succeed. When I was writing feel-good productivity, tracking word count made a huge difference. Tracking changes behavior. The second component is reminders. Writing goals down and reviewing them regularly massively increases success. Use calendar blocks, journaling, or habit trackers to remind yourself. The third component is accountability. Most of us struggle to hold ourselves accountable, so having another person or group dramatically increases follow-through. If you take 5 to 10 minutes to define your GPS for any goal, you'll dramatically increase your chances of success. Plan your GPS method, put it into action, and I'll see you in the next video.